So we'll see a new topic today. So that is known as a reactive forms. So whatever forms we have seen till now, they are all template forms. They are known as template forms. Okay. Wherever we are using ng model, all those things are template forms. And in this reactive form, this is a better way to handle forms in Angular. In reactive forms, what happens? We have more options. That means in a ng model, we don't have any option. When we set one ng model some value, in that value we can take it, receive it. But in a reactive forms, what we can do is we can change those values. We can add validations, validators. Many things are there, and reactive forms are fast in processing. So a lot of things are there. Okay. So today we'll see what are reactive forms. So let me create a form just like what we did yesterday. Okay. So I'll create a form like this. Let's say I have a label. Okay. Label is first name. And then one input. Input type is equal to text. So same thing will be repeated. Okay, let me put it in a div. Okay. So I have just like first name, we have last name, and let's say this is some mobile number, or okay, I'll write as phone. Okay, fine. So we have three fields, and then okay, let me have three fields only now. Now here, what we were doing earlier, we were adding ng model, isn't it? So we'll not use ng model now. We'll go for a better one that is known as form control. Okay, we write like this: form control is equal to some property that will create there. Okay, then here also form control is equal to some value, and here also form control some value. Okay, now let me create this as f name, this as l name, this as what is this, phone. Okay, let me create it here. App component, we have, is it f name. F name is of type string, is equal to empty initially. Then l name is of type string, is empty initially. Okay. So we don't write like this. Okay. What I'll do is, these are all form controls. Okay. So what do I do for that? First, I need to import the form control. F name is of type form control. Okay. Or what I can do is, I can write f name is equal to new form control. Okay, I need to write like this. So when I write form control, it got imported here. Import form control from @angular/forms. This is important. Okay, this import statement is important. So just like this, we have l name and phone. Okay, fine. So these things are set. Now I want to check whether whenever I write something there, is it saving here or not. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me have a button, button button, and let me just write it, print in console. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create, I'll bind one event here, I'll bind one method here. So let's say it is print. Okay, so this, what this print method will do, print method will,
sir,
hello,
sir.
yes,
Sir, one doubt, sir. What is the definition?
okay, so yeah, so in print, so let me create an object, let person is equal to, what is it, let's say first name is this dot f name, then last name is this dot l name, and phone number is equal to this dot phone. Okay, so I just console.log of person. I'll just try to print whether these values I'm getting or not, whatever I am writing. Okay, okay, let's save this, go to the browser, and did I do ng serve? So now it is saying form control is not a known property. So for this, what do I need to do? I need to import two things. First thing is the forms module, so, and one more thing, that is a reactive forms module, reactive forms module. So where will I import these things from? I have to import it from @angular/forms, just like what it is here. Okay, @angular/forms. So in the module, I'll just paste it. I'll write forms module and reactive forms module. Okay, fine. Now the error will be gone. Okay, error is gone. Now we can check it. So here we have these three fields. Let me check whether it is able to print or not. So let's say first word I wrote Rajesh, last name is Reddy, and phone number is 456789123. Okay, it didn't print. 9456123. Okay. So I'm getting form control as a first name as form control. So that means I'm not getting the value immediately. So this form control is an object. So inside form control, there is a value. Okay. So that means what I need to write, I need to write here. Where is that form? So here, instead of writing this dot f name is a form control object. So I have to write this dot f name dot value. Okay. This dot l name dot value, and this dot phone dot value. Okay. Now if I check, if I go to the browser and check now, what will happen? Let me write Rajesh, last name Reddy, and some phone number. Okay. Now if I print, I am getting first name Rajesh, last name Reddy, phone number is that some 789. Okay. So this way we can we are sure that okay, that thing is getting solved. So how do we access the first name? We have to write fname dot value. Okay, fname dot value. If I write, we get the thing. Okay, so this way, what you can do for this, so you will be having two assignments today. Okay, now this is one question. This is one way of using the reactive forms. Okay, using new form control, new form control, new form control. So now I'll show you a more better way, that is that will be something like grouping the three things together. So before that, what you need to do is, I have shown you here how to save the fname lname phone, just like ng model. I am doing the same thing. So what you need to do, you can have these three fields and create a table using these three fields using new form control, and you have to do all the edit, delete, everything, edit, delete, update, add, okay, in a table. Whatever we have done using ng model, same thing you do using uh, form control. Okay, and the same thing you can also do for http calls as well. Okay, forget about http calls, but at least you should be able to do it, do that table, simple table. So whatever you are adding here, uh, so if I make this button as add person, so what should happen here? Instead of writing this, we should have one array here, isn't it? So persons is of type any array which is empty initially. Okay, so after creating the person, what you need to do, you have to this dot persons dot push a person, isn't it? So after pushing, you have to create that table according to this persons array. On this persons array, you will apply ng for and display a table below. So that is to be done, and with all edit and delete. Okay, okay, that is assignment number 1. Now let's go to our next topic, that is, which is a better form of reactive form. Okay, so there what will happen is, here what is happening here, there's a small problem. When we use this new operator, what happens, we are creating new instances of new objects. Okay, every time we are creating new instance of form control, new form control objects are being created. So this is okay for 2 3 fields, but when it is 10 fields, 20 fields, what happens, so many objects are created, but we don't want that. If so many objects are created, it is a load for the application, it is a load for the browser. So we should try to avoid those things. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is, we have another better way, that is known as form group. Okay, so we'll now go for that one. So now I'll change this code, I'll remove all these things. Okay, let me go to this part. So here what I'll do is, for form group, we need a parent division. These are all child divisions, right? 3 parts are there. So we need the parent division at the top. So what I'll do, I'll create one parent division here. In this parent division, what I need to do is, I need to bind a form group value like this. Form group. Okay. Form group is equal to, we have to give a name for this whole form. So let's say, what is this name of this form? Let's say person form. Okay, we are giving the array name as person, so I'll name it as person form. Okay, fine. Now the remaining things will be same. Only difference we need to make here is this thing. Instead of form control, and I was writing in square brackets, isn't it? So instead of this, I need to write form control name. Okay, form control name should be written instead of form control, and the square brackets are also not needed. This is a better way, this is a better than easier way actually. Okay, here also we are writing in a simpler way, and in the ts file, that is the app.component.ts, here nothing more is to be written, this is enough. Here we have to change some things. So what we'll do here is, here we'll remove all these things. Persons array, let it be there, these 3 things I'll remove, and add functionality also remove it. Okay, so here what we'll do, we don't need the form control now. Okay, we need some things like form group and form builder. We need two things here. Okay, form group and form builder. Okay, fine. Now, what is the name of the form we gave? We gave it as person form, isn't it? So this person form, I have to write it here. Person form is of type form group. Okay, what is this form group that I have got it from here? Okay, but there's a problem here. Here it is saying it has no initializer and it is not definitely assigned in the constructor. So what I'll do, I'll create a constructor here. So in app component, what happens by default, there is no constructor. So it is better to create a new component. And when you do ng generate component and some name of the component, it automatically creates two things. One is the constructor and the ng on in it. Okay, so what I'll do, I don't need to create a component now. I'll just put a constructor here. Okay. Okay, so inside this constructor I can write all those things. Okay, so in this constructor I'll have a private, or okay, okay, no problem, private, let's say FB is of type form builder. Okay, FB is of type form builder. Now, and here I can write this. What is it? So that user form I need to yeah. So that part, person form is of type form group. I removed it by mistake. So person form is of type form group. Now here we are getting an error. Don't worry. That error will be gone once I write this. This dot person form is equal to so now when we initialize the value of person form, it automatically removes the error. Okay, so here what I need to write in the constructor, this dot person form is equal to, what is this, FB, right? So FB dot group, you can write this dot FB as well, no problem. But this when we if it is inside the constructor, we don't need to write this. Okay, directly FB is accessible, or even if you write this dot FB, it is not wrong. Okay, so I can write it as this dot FB dot group. So in this group, what I need to write, I have to pass one object. Okay, inside this group I have to pass one object like this. This syntax is little bit complex, but just if you practice once or twice, it will come. Okay, because why we are giving more importance on this, because this is very important. This will be used everywhere. Whatever Angular project you go for, they will use this syntax. Okay, okay. So fb.group, inside this we will create the those things, these properties. What is the properties? F name, L name, and phone. Okay, so this dot fb dot group, here I will write f name is, because this is an object, right? F name is, will have one square bracket like this, and I can put it as empty string initially. F name, L name. Okay, then so if I don't put this double quotes, it will be initially null. That is also not a problem. Okay, that is, you can put it as null also, no problem, but I'm just putting it as string. Okay, f name, L name, and phone. Okay, so here also I have a like this. Okay, fine. So these three fields we have. Now what is this? Now how I can access these values? This thing is done. Now let me do one thing. Let me just try to print the form. Okay, once these are complete, we can just try to print the form. So we have a button here. What is this? Click add, or let me just first print it. Okay, using this add method. So where is it ending? Constructor is ending here. So okay. So after the constructor, I'll just have the method. Okay. What will this method do? We can first let us try to print what is there in person form. Console.log of this dot person form dot value. Okay. So what will happen if I write console.log of this dot person form dot value? So let me write something like Rajesh Reddy, some number, and add person. So here I am getting the whole thing. So how I am getting the whole thing? So see here. Here we have a advantage. We have an advantage. Earlier, just in form control, just before this example, whatever I have shown, there we had to create one object and then that object we had to print, isn't it? Here we don't need to create the object, isn't it? So this is better. Let person equal to something. We don't need to write like that. Okay, we can directly print it. So this dot person form dot value already contains an object which has all these values. Okay, so this way you can have an array like persons is of type any array. Okay, which is empty array, and then in the add, what you can do, this dot persons dot push. So directly you can push, no need to create object. What you will push, this dot person form dot value. Okay, so if you have 10 fields, 10 input fields, automatically 10 input fields will be present in the person form dot value. Okay, so you don't need to worry. So according to this you can create the table. Okay, so can we create the table? Yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah, so form builder is done, form group is done. Okay, fine. So now I will end this session here. Okay, so what you need to do now is, so for template forms, you have to do everything: adding the person to the table, editing the table, deleting the table. You have to do everything for form control. Okay, but for this one, okay, you just try to delete it. That is fine. Okay, adding the person to the table. Here also you do the adding the people to the table. Okay, practice that one. Then we'll have another session tomorrow where we will see editing, deleting, everything. All the things are having certain methods. Okay, we already have proper methods for reactive forms. Okay, so those things we'll see in the next session. Okay, so I'll end the session here. So you have to do two assignments. First thing is you have to complete a full table using a new form control method, that is the previous method that I shown you, and using form group and form builder also you have to create the whole table. Okay, because for table you don't need to do anything, just you need to apply ng for on this persons and it will create the table. Okay, so you just do those two things and then we'll continue the next topics tomorrow. Okay, okay, fine, we'll end it.